Okay, my beauties, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today, I was inspired and this topic just came to mind while I was exercising. I was jumping rope and I was thinking about all the times I was excusing myself to not exercise or like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it later. Or every time I would put off something I really, really wanted to do because I don't know why. Definitely maybe procrastination. Like I was scared of putting the full work, maybe fear of failure because you invest so much time, energy, and even maybe sometimes money. So you're scared of failing and then you put those excuses, you limit yourself. So you don't have to be like, that's your brain protecting you, right? So today's topic is about how to be done with your own BS, right? How to be done with your own excuses, your own limits. Because sometimes you're not done until you're done. But sometimes that also takes so much time and effort and it just burns you out. So it's important to recognize your patterns and see what you're doing. If it's definitely serving you, if it's actually helping you improve, and really end the loop that keeps making you stuck, that keeps you stuck. So, number one, you have to catch yourself mid BS, not after. So you have to see your pattern. So we can't change what we don't acknowledge. I heard this quote from Shallon Lester. I love her content, by the way. You can't change what you don't acknowledge. So if you haven't acknowledged that you're actually running a self-sabotage situation towards yourself, you can't really change this. But if you keep noticing that you spiral on and on and on, and you keep making the same choices again and again, and you end up feeling disappointed again and again, and you keep feeling the guilt of not starting sooner, or you regret not doing this or that, you need to learn to recognize that moment before the hesitation, the justification, the story. Listen to yourself and ask yourself, why am I doing this? Why do I keep saying I'll start tomorrow? It's not that deep. Or let's say you want to lose weight and you keep overeating, and then you're like, oh, I deserve this donut because I've worked so hard. Now that's your cue to call yourself out and be like, no, what am I doing? What am I doing? So, for instance, when I start spiraling, it takes, it's easier said than done. I've definitely spiraled many, many times, but now I'm learning how to stop and think, and definitely when I start spiraling, be like, wait, what is happening to me? I look at myself in the mirror and I give myself a pep talk and I'm like, what are you doing? I talk to myself as if I were a different person, right? And when I talk to myself like that, it's it's like if your friend or someone close to you tells you straight up what's happening. It's like a wake up call, and it has helped me remove myself from the spiraling and the victim mentality, etc., etc. And it has helped me so much when I call myself out, because now I do it even before I start spiraling. Like when I start noticing the negative feelings, I stop and I'm like, wait, why am I feeling this? What is happening? I'm doing it again, right? Why? What is it in me that is making me feel this way? Why can't I make this happen? What is happening? Is there something about this that makes me feel vulnerable? Like, actually get deep within yourself. Question yourself. Now, step number two, drop the performance. Half of our BS comes from trying to protect an image, even the image we hold of ourselves. So if you keep telling yourself, let's say you want to, you go to your workplace and you're not very punctual. If you keep telling yourself you're the type of girl that doesn't wake up early and is not punctual, you keep telling yourself that story, and your brain, your subconscious wants you anything more than anything. It wants to protect you, and it won't want you to lie to yourself and whatnot. So your subconscious will want to protect you and what feels familiar to you. So if you keep telling yourself over and over again, I'm not a punctual person, I'm not a morning person, I'm not a this person, I'm not a person that eats, I'm not a person that goes to the gym, then you'll keep putting up the act of a person that does not do those things. So stop trying to be the healed, strong, or unbothered version and instead ask yourself, what's true right now? Even if it's ugly, even if I've been avoiding it. Now, when you avoid something, there's a saying that if something scares you, that's definitely what you have to do, right? That's the dream you have to go chase. Then with telling ourselves the cold hard truth, the ugly truth is that it's the same way. When we're avoiding feelings, we're avoiding certain feelings, we're avoiding calling ourselves out. There's a reason. And it's scary. But it's where you actually get better. That's where you improve. When you face the fear of calling yourself out and actually telling yourself the truth and say, like, you know what? I'm telling myself that I'm not punctual because I don't know. I don't want to go do this, and because I don't want to do this, and I don't want to become this type of person because I'm scared of this and this will happen. And at the end of the day, I will end up being the girl that's not punctual because I'm scared of this, if that makes sense. Anywho, so ask yourself what's right, what's true right now, even if it's ugly. So owning your truth, your raw truth, is how you stop recycling the same old persona. You have to face yourself. So tip number three, tip number three is face the payoff. Every pattern has a reward. So even if the pattern is a bad pattern and the outcome is not a good pattern, or it's not a good reward, it still has something that is serving you, right? There's something in your psyche that is liking what is happening in the moment, and that's why it's so hard to change. So your BS isn't random. It's protecting you from your own discomfort, because remember, the psyche wants, or subconscious mind, what it wants is the familiar. And if you are doing something out of what's different or out of your comfort zone, it comes discomforting. So people pleasing, for example, protects you from rejection. Avoidance protects you from failure. Procrastination, right? And overthinking protects you from actually risking something real. Find the payoff, name it, and decide if it's still worth it. Decide if the outcome or the reward you're going to receive will actually benefit you and will improve your life and will improve you as a person. So, tip number 4, do one small and brutally honest action. Change doesn't start with motivation. I'm sorry, but motivation runs out really fast. It's like that morning carb food. Like if you eat in the morning a lot of carbs, or like when little kids eat a lot of candy, at the moment they feel very energized and very hyper. But when the crash comes, the sugar rush goes down, then they're like crashing out and they're like very sleepy and groggy, etc., etc., right? So change doesn't start with motivation. It starts with interruption. What do I mean by that? So pick one of the actions that goes against your usual pattern. So let's say you procrastinate. You procrastinate sending an email. Just send it. If you over-explain, say less. If you chase others, pull back. If you notice you invest too much of yourself into others, pull back. It's not about doing this overnight and after one day you'll be perfect. This takes little by little. It takes discipline. It takes time. So don't be hard on yourself either, because being hard on ourselves is not it's not the key. You want to be your own best friend. And it's very important because at the end of the day, you are the one who is with you 24/7, right? So you need your own self to be your own motivator, your own pep talk, your own coach. And yeah, you need to call yourself out, but don't be torturing yourself if you don't get things right in the first try. So it's not about having this new life overnight. It's about proof that you're not your excuses. You're not that persona you've been telling yourself you are all this time. Okay? So tip number 5, forgive, but don't baby yourself. What I was saying a little before, you can give yourself love and still say, wait, what am I doing? This is BS. What am I telling myself? Forgiveness isn't coddling. It's clarity. It means, so I see what I've done and I'm justifying it. Why am I justifying it? What am I trying to avoid with justification? So the important thing on recognizing that you are, or the important thing is to stop yourself from your own BS, is really questioning and facing yourself. Be brutally honest with yourself and forgive for all the moments you've wasted your own time with your own excuses. and just push through it. See and try your best to go against what you are accustomed to. So, yes. So, I wanted to share this topic because I'm in my no BS era right now. I just made that up. But I definitely feel like I've been putting out too many excuses on my own health, my exercise, exercising. And I was like, you know what? No more. Why am I I want to have a nice body. I want to be healthy. Why am I putting myself through this whole agonizing, self harm mentality? Why am I not going to the gym and exercising? It was because I was scared. I was scared of facing that, there's a lot of things that come with, in this case, weight loss. And I was scared. I was scared of so many things that maybe in another video I will talk about in more in depth, right? So, yeah. So call yourself out, my loves. It's very important to improve yourself, okay? So today's topic will end it here, and I hope you liked it. Please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. What have you been avoiding yourself? Have you been telling yourself the truth? Are you done with your own BS? Let me know in the comments below. Okay. So I hope you have a wonderful day, evening, and night, wherever you are, my loves. Bye bye.